we are live with another one. What's happening, everybody? What y'all know good? Just over here, making sure everything is situated on my end with all this live stream stuff. I'm over here looking at like multiple monitors at one time. I'm like this right here, trying to make sure everything's on and popping. Let me see here. Exit out of this right here. And move this around. What's up, everybody? I appreciate y'all stopping by. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you all. And trying to change this one window for this lyrics window right here. I guess it ain't that big of a deal, but it's kind of an... I don't want to be freaking y'all out over there. Let me put another window in there real quick, or attempt to do that anyways. 1 second, y'all. Just throw this in here. There we go. There we go. And it's still not showing up. Okay. 1 second, y'all. But anyways, today's live stream, we're actually going to be going over some of the newly recorded parts of the song, mainly the first hook. I actually got some time today to start recording it. Spent about an hour playing around with the first hook, trying to put some new energy and stuff into it, just experimenting and stuff. So I want y'all to kind of get a behind the scenes look at that, kind of talk through it and kind of let you know my mode of thinking and what I'm trying to accomplish with it. Let's see here. I'm trying to get this lyrics screen thing to get situated right here. Sorry about that, y'all. One second. If I can't get it corrected, I'm not going to worry about it. It's weird, though. Let me try cutting it off and cutting it back on. Nah, still not working. It's weird. Even though the correct window is selected, still not showing up.
This is embarrassing. It's not working the way it's supposed to. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to be working correctly. Ugh, gee willikers. Really yanks my chain, man. Seriously. Ah.
Try one more time. OBS got me feeling a little OCD right now. I don't like having my stuff. Okay, now I think it's going to work. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Can everybody in the chat, y'all can hear me okay and everything? I know last week we had a little bit of technical issues. But can y'all hear me okay on y'all's end? Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, I'm assuming y'all can hear me okay, right? Yes, I can hear you. Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. I got my head wrapped around everything now, so we can proceed. So, as you know, the next thing I've been working on my end is re-recorded the vocals for our community project. We've been working on the song. So real quick, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the song, especially for any new people out there. This is your first time tuning in. I've actually been writing a song with like my audience, and they've been, we've actually been doing it together from start to finish, all live via YouTube. And we've written a song from start to finish, and I've been recording my vocals along to it as we go. Just getting the ideas down and getting the concepts and stuff recorded so I can come back later, which is what I'm doing now, and really take some time to perfect the vocal takes, the energy, the emotion, the microphone placement, just all that type of stuff, man. Focusing on really the details at that point. Okay, so let me just play through the song all the way through. This beat was also produced by another one of my students, T Rocker, a very young, talented producer. So let's check it out. Start to finish, this is the rough draft recording of the entire song. Are you ready? Let me crank this up just a little bit. Yeah, when I was a child, I wanted to be a dope MC, filled with optimism and hopes of fulfilling dreams. Then I realized everything isn't what it seems. My chocolate milk was just some bootleg Ovaltine. Wasted most of my teens smoking dope and green, battle rapping with all the local rappers that's on my scene. By the time I was 20, turned into a fiend from crushing other rappers, leaving them with a shoulder lean. Like broken screens, the vision so hard to see. Gotta flip the switch to brighten up the dark in me. Got the flow coming from the heart like an artery. Still they won't put my name next to the famous star MCs. I just need some good hooks and some harder beats. Trying to write a masterpiece, sorta like the Carter 3. Got me on my knees, praying to God like, Father, please give me what I need to succeed. It's getting hard to breathe. I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright if I keep on smashing mics, that's right. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you, but tell me, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright if I keep on smashing mics, that's right. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you, but tell me, what am I supposed to do? Man, yeah, got a dream and a hunger, but I ain't getting younger. Keep getting knocked down, it just gonna make me stronger. I finally decided that I just can't wait no longer. Set out to find me a stage and a whole town to conquer. I know I've got the right moves, keep it tight and grooves. Put my stuff on YouTube and still got so much to prove. Spent my days on the road, my nights in the booth, practicing hard to keep my flow so smooth. Hitting clubs, knocking hard on all of the doors. Picked up a couple of shows and now I'm doing tours. Mixed up a couple of tracks, now people's wanting more. Gaining more fans and now they're begging for encores. Finally seeing results from all the hard years. Some gains for all of the blood, sweat, and the tears. Soaring high, catching up with all of my peers. And it feels so good cause I made it. Now they know my name, they're yelling it at all the shows I play. And I feel things are starting to go my way, cause I never let go of my aim, cause I made it. Now they digging my flow, filling floors at my sold out shows. Got security to keep them haters under control. How could they doubt me, man? I just don't know, because I made it. Now they know my name, they're yelling it at all the shows I play. And I feel things are starting to go my way, cause I never let go of my aim, cause I made it. Now they digging my flow, filling floors at my sold out shows. Got security to keep them haters under control. How could they doubt me, man? I just don't know, because I made it. Years have passed and at last I'm living the dream. My chocolate milk's no longer Ovaltine, I got that cream. 6-figure account and I'm drowning in a sea of green. Designer jeans and them limousines when I hit the scene. Made it like a basketball shot, beat the odds like a cop spot. Fans comparing me to Tupac. Ain't it funny how you flip-flop when you won't stop to reach the tip-top? Homie, this is hip-hop. From being lonely, writing lyrics on the iPod, but now the crowd show up, cheering, applaud. Sometimes I pinch myself because it's so odd. For those that doubted me, you must not know, my God. Now the same people hating, trying to get along. The same haters trying to get along. When I was homeless, they never shared the home. Oh, how the times have changed, because now been on my grind tight. I'm talking 2 city shows all in one night. Keep a pair of shades on for them bright lights. I went from the sideline to the spotlight. Private planes and diamond rings and lavish things, but don't get it twisted, yo, I never changed. From rag to riches, I'm still the same, because I made it. Been on my grind tight. I'm talking 2 city shows all in one night. Keep a pair of shades on for them bright lights. I went from the sideline to the spotlight. Private planes and diamond rings and lavish things, but don't get it twisted, yo, I never changed. From rag to riches, I'm still the same, because I made it. Yeah. It just fades off into the sunset. I got some ideas too for that outro, but I'm gonna go into that like once I go further into the recording process and stuff like that. Cause I'm the type of person, man, when I'm recording or when I'm working on a track, I don't like to leave anything like just I like to utilize the whole track from start to finish, not overdoing it. As we was talking about during one of the previous live streams, there's a such thing as overdoing anything. You can overproduce something. You can overwrite a song. You can overcook a meal. You know, you can overdo anything. Sometimes less is more, but I always like to play around with all the different sections from intro to outro to ensure that I'm just utilizing my full creativity throughout the entire track. It's a challenge to me, and it just adds more entertainment value to a song to keep that listener engaged. So anyways, that's the rough draft recording. The third verse was kind of low. I should have boosted that up. But anyways, that's the rough draft recording. And so, yeah, this is something where all my students contributed lyrics. I did not even write this song. I may have contributed maybe a few bars here and there, or, gave suggestions on things and whatnot. But for the most part, this is completely my students' lyrics. And I helped come up with the hook. And T Rocker was on the beat. So this is a complete community project. This is all, everybody involved in this project is all within this community, which is really cool. And I just been kind of help navigate the ship, if you will. And so anybody, if this is your first time, you can watch this full process taking place, this song from start to finish. And we're still in the process of finishing it up. I'm in the process now of going back and re-recording all my vocals, because when I was initially recording it, so I have 3 monitors here. Y'all don't see the other 2 monitors. I have one here and one here, and then this main monitor right here, which is the camera's on. So when I'm recording, I'm looking at the lyrics right here, and you see how my face is facing this way, and I'm recording like this. You see what I'm saying? And my face needs to be recording like this when I'm recording on the mic. So the recording doesn't sound nowhere near as good as it's going to sound once I revise everything and just can focus on the quality of the vocal recording. So the rough draft is just to get all the good ideas down and document it while it's fresh in my mind and while it's being worked out. And so that's what we're in the process of doing now. So I'm just recording stuff on my own time, because recording takes time. And a lot of people don't realize that. So like just what I'm about to play y'all now is what I've been playing with for about an hour. I had about an hour of time to play around with the hook. And before I do that, I'm going to play the first hook again for y'all, just so you have a reference, okay? So here's the first hook. Praying to God like, Father, please give me what I need to succeed. It's getting hard to breathe. I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright if I keep on smashing mics, that's right. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you, but tell me, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright if I keep on smashing mics, that's right. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you, but tell me, what am I supposed to do? Man, yeah. All right, and so what I was playing around with in my recording session was I was wanting to just see what different ways I could do that hook from the original version. And keep in mind, what I'm about to play now, nothing's final still at this moment. When I'm recording in the studio, and I'm recording here in my own personal studio, I like to experiment, try different things out, throw them against the wall, and see what happens. So after listening to that, I was like, I really like the way that hook is sounding already. And what I've done is basically just experiment with playing around with different ways I can do it. So here is the re-recorded version I have. Keep in mind too that on that version I just played y'all, there's like a little bit of pre-mix stuff I did, like with EQ and delays and compression and stuff like that. What I'm about to play you right now is completely raw vocals, like nothing has been done to it whatsoever. So so here it is right here. Let me play it for you. Make sure everything is muted properly. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool. We should be good. I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright if I keep on smashing mics. That's right. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you, but tell me, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm on my own. Let me play it one more time. I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright if I keep on smashing mics. That's right. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you, but tell me, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm on my own. So let me talk through some of the differences of why that sounds as different as it does. So the first thing, let me just kind of go through and mute some of these tracks just so you can hear things isolated. Because I'm going to talk through exactly how I recorded that. So the first thing that I did was I was focusing on the on my own. So on the initial recording, the way that I sing that is a lot. It has more of a pause in between the notes. It's more short and abrupt. On this one, I was trying to smooth it out a little bit more, kind of drag the notes a little bit longer into each other to where there's really no pausing in between on this section. So let me just play that section real quick. On my own. How everything's dragged, like just it's more like R&B a little bit. Here's the second part. On my own. We can compare that to the initial recording. Let's see, here it is. I'm on my own. Here I was more on my own like that. I'm on my own tonight. And I was just experimenting. I was like, well, I wonder how it'll sound if I kind of smooth it out a little bit. Honestly, right now I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn in between both of them because I like them both. But anyways, let me just kind of keep playing through here. So did that. On my own. On my own. On my own. I'm on my own tonight. And then the next thing I did was on the rap part of it. I wanted to kind of add a little bit of a harmony to it. So I rapped it slightly different on the first half of the hook, and then on the second half of the hook, it's more of a just a normal type of rap with some aggressiveness in the tone of my vocals. But I was trying to smooth out the rap part too on the first half of it. So the first thing I did was just record natural vocals, just like this. On my own. I'm on my own tonight. And notice how I'm not recording the whole hook at one time. I'm recording them in sections. That way I can focus on every note being held long enough so nothing's having to be cut too short. So you can see right here in the waveform, see how I literally recorded this all at one time, but I left all these gaps. So I'm recording every other bar. You see that? So like this bar is being recorded. I leave this out, and then I catch this on the next recording right here. I'm sorry, that's a double. That's a spot. That's a double. So let me go over this first. Let me play this. On my own. I'm on my own tonight, and I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright. That's right. On my own. And every time to you, and I know my rhymes are better than most of you, because I'm on my own. And that, once again, that's just ensuring I don't have to cut anything else short. I have plenty of room to emphasize all those words and syllables and stuff, and I'm trying to get a really smooth sound. And so I just backed that up. I just did another double. We call it doubles or stacks and whatnot, just to give it a little bit more energy and body. This may not be necessary, but I have it when it comes to the mix, and I can always, play around with it. I can take a stack and I can pan, I can create a stereo effect on it and pan it left and right, and then have the main one in the center if I want to get a bigger sound overall. Or I can play around with chorusing effects or phasers or whatever on the stack and kind of blend it in with the main vocal or add distortion to it. There's a lot of, really good uses for having a stack other than just for having another additional recording. You can also add cool effects to it and blend it in if you don't want to add that effect so much on the main vocal. So this, I just did a stack. I'm on my own tonight, and I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright. That's right. And so you get the idea. And so I stacked that while that was fresh in my mind as far as how I was hitting the notes more, incorporating more harmonies and stuff. Then I come in on this one and I'm filling in the rest of the gaps. So now, once again, I'm still hitting every other bar, just filling in the bars that I left empty on the initial recording. And let's check that out. On my own. I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright if I keep on smashing mics. That's right. On my own. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you. But tell me, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm on my own. And again, I follow that up with a stack.
On my own.
I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it gon' be alright if I keep on smashing mics. That's right.
On my own.
And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new.
And then I came down here and I was playing around with like doing some more spot stacks, if you will. Just trying to add a little bit more grit to it. So that's what you see right here on this recording. This is just spot stacks. And I'm just trying to emphasize certain words to add a little bit more energy to them. So let me just play that.
On smashing mics. That's right.
You have that one part. That's right. I go higher pitched right there.
On smashing mics. That's right.
You can hear that. So when you're doing stacks and stuff, you're really kind of trying to add different textures or layers to a sound, because if you just record yourself and you sound exactly the same over and over and over again, you're not really adding much to the track. If anything, you could be hurting it if you don't have a specific purpose for it. Because remember when I said with the stacks that I did, that could be just for the purpose of tucking it in behind the main vocal, maybe EQing out some of the frequencies I don't need as much on the stack. And then I may add, maybe some effects to it if I need it, if I feel like it sounds good. But there needs to be a purpose for it. You don't just want to do stacks just because you think that's what you should do. Know why you're doing everything that you're doing, because whenever you're adding some more sound to a recording, now you're introducing another waveform, another bit of frequencies, information that is going to be competing with all the other frequencies in the track. So the more vocals that you add, the more your other vocals are going to be competing with each other. Okay, so I'm saying all that to say this, that when you're adding stacks and things of that nature, think about your tone. Like maybe you can change the tone or the octave if you're singing or something like that to kind of add more layers of texture to it to make it blend in better, because that's if you're not doing exactly the same, it allows it to blend in a lot better. And so if you listen to this right here, that's what I've done on this stack right here, the spot stack.
On smashing mics. That's right.
On my own.
And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you, but tell me, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm
and mainly on this piece here.
That's right.
On my own.
And every time that you smashing mics. That's right.
That's why you can hear that. That's right. So easy right here. It's just because I did it in a different tone. So that's going to naturally cut through a lot easier. I'm just going to play that for you isolated.
That's right.
On my own.
Smashing mics. That's smashing mics. That's right. Smashing mics. That's right.
On my own.
And every
And one other thing I did, I was like, well, shoot, since I'm adding harmonies and stuff like that, let me pull out the old auto-tune again, and let me just do some auto-tune along with the harmonies I've already introduced with my natural vocals, and maybe I can do like some an auto-tune part and like kind of tuck it in behind my main vocal on the hook, and that's what I did here on this track right here. So let's check that out.
On my own.
I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it gon' be alright if I keep on smashing mics. That's right.
And on that, let me just disable this effect. I had like this stereo effect on it. Let me just play it without stereo effect.
On my own.
I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it gon' be alright if I keep on smashing mics. That's right.
On my own.
I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it gon' be alright if I keep on smashing mics. That's right.
On my own.
I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it gon' be alright if I keep on smashing mics. That's right.
On my.
Let me play that isolated for you. So right now, you're starting to hear some masking stuff taking place, because there's a lot of lower frequencies on this auto-tune vocal. If I was mixing it right now, I would be eliminating a lot of that to allow it to cut through the rest of the vocals and things of that nature. But let me just play that isolated so you can hear that.
Come on at night, cut on the lights, be alright, smashing mics.
Then bring this.
Come on at night, I hope somebody cut on the lights. Be alright if I keep on smashing mics. I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it gon' be alright if I keep on smashing mics. That's right. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most. On my own. I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it gon' be alright if I keep on smashing mics. That's right. On my own. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you. But tell me, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm on my.
All right, let me just bring all the other vocals in. So you can see how, you know, when I said I spent an hour, you know, playing around with this, you can see like it's not just recording a couple of times and calling it a day. It's a lot of thought that goes into this, and that this is not. I just worked on this until I couldn't quit. I had to get ready for the live stream. I was, you know, recording right before this, but just kind of give you a behind the scenes look of the process of recording vocals. You know, it's good to experiment. You know, it's really important because you want to get the best sound possible. Because once you're done recording, then you're at the mercy of whoever's mixing that track. And so you want to make sure you get your stuff sounding as close as to how you want it when it's being recorded. You know, don't use the excuse of, oh, I did a crappy job, they'll just fix it in the mix. You know, like I've said before, you know, if you hand a mixing engineer a turd, all they can do is hand you back a polished turd. But it's still a turd. And you don't want to give people turds. You want to give them gold, you know. So anyways, as we wrap up this portion of the live stream, I'm going to play what I've been playing around with the hook right now. And this is what I'm doing right now naturally. Even without doing this in front of all of y'all, I'm listening for what I've come up with now as I've gone back and played around with stuff. And I'm listening to what I had originally. And I'm asking myself, which one do I prefer? Which one do I like? And so I want y'all's feedback as well, because this is a community project. And so I would like to hear what y'all have to say about this. So let's play the original one, and then I'm going to play mine. All right. So let me just, actually I'm going to play mine because I got to mute all these after I play it. So I'm just going to play mine first, and I'll play the original. Here we go.
On my own. I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it gon' be alright if I keep on smashing mics. That's right. On my own. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you. But tell me, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm on my own.
Then it repeats itself. So we got that, and then the original, which is here.
Please give me what I need to succeed. It's getting hard to breathe. I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright if I keep on smashing mics. That's right. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you. But tell me, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm on my own tonight. I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright if I keep on smashing mics. That's right. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you. But tell me, what am I supposed to do? Man, yeah, got a dream and a hunger, but I ain't getting your.
And so keep in mind, that version has been, I call it a pre-mix, just doing this quick mixing stuff on it. The one that I played before it is completely raw. That's what I was doing right before this live stream. So it's completely raw. It has nothing on it at all. It's just a volume fader. That's it. So what do y'all think? Do y'all have a preference on like which version of the hook y'all like better, one than the other? With more of the harmonies and stuff introduced to the rapping parts, or do you prefer it the way it was? Or, you know, with the singing part, do you prefer it, you know, where it's more the abrupt notes, or do you prefer the one that I redid where it's kind of more longer held notes? It's kind of more smooth and kind of R&B-esque a little bit. See what y'all chiming in and talking about. Let's see here. Check. I think there's a little bit of delay in the live stream. Okay, so Monica Maya says, I'm digging the first one because it goes through a lot faster. The second one goes by too slow. I think that's an important thing to listen for. A Game said he can't hear me. Can y'all hear me okay? Everybody can hear me okay in the live stream? Check, check, check. Everything's looking good on this end. Okay, so we got another vote from Thordoc. She likes the staccato style, meaning she likes the ones that's more short notes. So that would be the original. So it looks like the original one is the favorite so far. So we may just go with that. A Game said, no, my bad, my headphones were off. Never mind, you good. That'll do it, man. That'll do it. Okay, cool. Oh, wow, we got a little competition going on here. So, okay, so we got three people saying the first hook. We got 2 people saying the second hook. Hey, Game, you can only vote one time, bro. A Game over here trying to stack his vote up. So right now, y'all are outvoted by 1. Oh, snap. It's tied. Captain Soap came in and said the second hook. So it's tied 3-3. Dang. Which isn't bad. I mean, that's to say that neither one of them sound horrible. So if we're tied, then I guess I'm just gonna have to make an executive decision. But I like the first one too. I mean, the second one's still new to me. It's not mixed or anything, so it doesn't sound as clear as it's gonna sound once I do any type of subtle tweaking and stuff on it. Yeah, I'll play them both one more time. So one last time, no double votes, guys and gals. So here's the first one.
Need to succeed, it's getting hard to breathe. I'm on my own tonight, I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright if I keep on smashing mics, that's right. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you, but tell me, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm on my own tonight, I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright if I keep on smashing mics, that's right. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you, but tell me, what am I supposed to do? Man, yeah, got a dream.
Alright, we're gonna mute that. Ooh, and then all the other ones. Here we go. Ooh, I'm trying to play my own instrumental in there. Let me mute that.
I'm on my own tonight, I hope somebody cut on the lights. And I keep telling myself it's gonna be alright if I keep on smashing mics, that's right. And every time that you turn on the radio, it's nothing new. And I know my rhymes are better than most of you, but tell me, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm on my own.
Okay, so there you go. Let me move y'all back over to my other screen here so I can see without going like this right here. Get a crick in my neck. So yeah, um, my name is was it Speaks SPKZ? He brings up a good point too. Um, he says he said the second one expresses the frustration more. So that's something too I can play around with because keep in mind we wrote 3 different hooks, right? So we can also play around with the emotions and stuff on each hook. We can also make the emotions different and things of that nature. So, but I like them. I like them both. Um, the second one is definitely more smooth. We have some vote changes left. Oh, we did have some vote changes. Oh, Monica says she likes the second one now. I think honestly, I think we're gonna be good either way. So I just wanted to get y'all's input. So it's cool, like with it being like so torn in between. You know, both of those. That's a good indication that both of them are pretty good. So yeah, I appreciate that, y'all. So I'm gonna keep that in mind. But I just wanted to kind of get a feel, get some impact. You know, I'm just glad that everybody wasn't like, "Oh my God, the second one sounds horrible." Monica, you need to examine your hubby's head. What was he thinking? So that's good. Rich So Fresh coming in. What's up, Rich? Voting for the first hook. That's cool. I still think the first hook seems to be the favorite a little bit more. I just kind of wonder, like, if it was, if the second hook was mixed, if that would have any bearing on it, because the first one's somewhat slightly mixed, and the second one's just all rough. The levels and stuff aren't even set on it. A Game said, "No, the second one sounds horrible. What was he thinking?" So that's cool. That's good feedback, y'all. We still got a little bit of time left in the live stream, so why don't y'all just hit me with some questions, man? Come on, hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Seen some of y'all was discussing, I don't know, something about mixing and speakers or monitoring or something like that. I wasn't able to really follow it. I was jumping in all over the place. But hit me, y'all. Y'all have any questions? Let's knock it out, man. Let's kind of got a few more minutes in the live stream. Y'all having a good time? Yeah, Thordoc said, "Yeah, it'll depend on what the feel you want to go for is." I agree. I tell you what I may do, y'all, is I may record the verses first because the verse comes before the hook, and kind of get a feel for how I want that verse to sound, and that'll kind of give me an idea how that hook should pick up. Awesome. Okay, so my name is Speakers or Speaks says, "How do you write?" I got a lot of content on how I write. I don't know if you're talking about how do I write songs, how do I write lyrics. I'm assuming, but I've got go to ColeMizeStudios and just click on the filter or if you click on articles and then click on songwriting, you're gonna see a lot of my articles I've written on songwriting. I've got a lot of really good information on there about how I write songs. Lots of good information. No way I can do it justice just by speaking on a live stream. There's a lot of techniques when it comes to writing. A Game said, "What's the best way to learn to mix and master if you're new to it?" I would recommend. A lot of people who teach mixing don't teach it as it applies to hip hop. There's a lot of mixing teachers out there that mainly just mix alternative rock and stuff like that, which is cool. The concepts still apply to hip hop, but it's, you know, it's good to have someone also who understands hip hop to teach, and that's why I would recommend the Pro Audio Files. Matthew Weiss, Weiss, is a really good teacher. The Pro Audio Files, they have a YouTube channel and lots of tutorials. And I would recommend getting a course. I think they have courses anywhere between, I don't know, it's reasonable. The courses are reasonable. And the reason I would recommend a course because it lays everything out for you. Now you could get the education for free, but you'll have to dig through the channel and stuff like that and put together the pieces. I think it'd be more helpful if you actually take a course, and that way everything's laid out for you step by step. Yeah, that's what I would recommend. And if I could give you a hack that I wish I had when I was younger, it would be to use reference to other professionally recorded, mixed, and mastered songs when you're mixing. So for an example, when you're mixing your song, pull up another song that you already know is professionally mixed that you like and load it into your DAW and lower the volume level to around the level that you're mixing it, which you should be mixing at, low volume so you have headroom. So typically, you may be peaking on your meters around, I don't know, anywhere between -10 to negative, 6 dB. I like to stay around -10 personally, to give me headroom to mix. But that's a game changer, man, because you get instant feedback on where you stack up against the competition. And you'll learn so much by trying to get your sound to be close to professional mixes. That'll give you an indication of, how loud your kick should be, snares, vocals, how loud your reverb should be, that type of stuff, man. Like, you can learn so much just by observing. And so I'll check out the Pro Audio Files. They're really good. The Recording Revolution is awesome. That's Graham Cochran. He more talks about actually, Graham is really good because he really speaks to a lot of beginners too, people who are just starting off. And he's been someone I learned a lot from, and it's always good too to go back and learn the fundamentals. But Graham has a really good course on YouTube. It's called 5 Minutes to a Better Mix. And he's done like 3 different series on those. And he also has courses on his website, paid courses that are really good. But there's a lot of good content out there, but that's just 2 out of the top of my head, man. The Pro Audio Files, they get into more hip hop stuff. And check out the Recording Revolution. All right. Captain Soat said, "How do I find my style? Cole is a Canadian. I still don't know what style I am. I think your style, if you could take all the people that you love, all the music that you enjoy, and if you could throw it all into one pot and mix it, that's probably what your style is. Like, with me, for an example, I don't know what I would call my style. I don't know what I would define my style as, but I can tell you when I'm rapping and stuff, I can hear several different influences in my stuff. And I'm not trying to sound like these people, but they've influenced me because I like their music. I've enjoyed their music. So some of my influences are Outkast. I get a lot of my poetry driven raps and stuff from like Andre 3000. I also study their audio production and arrangement and stuff like that, and they have great mixes on their music, so I study their mixes as well. Eminem for his lyrical complexity, his storytelling, his complex rhyme schemes, the way he manipulates words. I also enjoy how he does different voices and does characters and stuff, so he's definitely influenced me. DMX has definitely influenced me with his energy, his passion, his delivery. Field Mob influenced me a lot. If y'all don't know who Field Mob is, Ludacris signed them back in the day. I was actually recording in the studio that they was recording at the same time in Atlanta around 2005. And them boys are talented, man. Like country, some southern brothers from Albany, Georgia. And I learned swing from them. They had such a lazy flow, or maybe relaxed flow is a better term, where it almost sounded like they was leaning out of the bars, like they was in an old school Cadillac or something. It was like this on the track, and I just loved it, man. And that's where I learned swing from. So, and they really emphasize their country's swing. Put that swang on that thing. And I got that from them. So I mean, all these people have influenced me, and we're all the way that you dress, what type of shoes you wear, what type of clothes you wear, all this stuff, you're influenced by other people. We just are, and there's nothing wrong with that. You shouldn't be ashamed of that. So I would say your style is probably like a collective blend of everybody that inspires you. And you take that and you make it your own. So, and I think that's kind of what you're already doing. So don't have a pressure on yourself like you have to sound completely different from anybody else. Just take what you enjoy and make the music that you want to hear. And, don't be afraid to be influenced by other rappers. That's no excuse to try to bite other rappers and copy them, but at the same time, you should learn from them and use those techniques and stuff you're learning from them on your own music and try to put your own twist to it. Because, me personally, I have a lot of musical influences, and it's not just hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I like rock and roll music. I like disco, funk, jazz, trance, techno, EDM, dubstep. There's a lot. I like some country music. I like all R&B. I mean, I like all types of. I'm just a music lover. So, and hip hop, if you really want to get deep with it, hip hop is a mixture of everything. If you look at how hip hop first started off, they were actually sampling disco music, and if you look at even hip hop today, it's still sampling all different types of genres of music. And so, allow yourself not only to be influenced by rappers, but other musicians, period, of other genres. Let's see, when you make music, how do you properly introduce it to people in order to get decent exposure? Where do you spread your music at? Geo asked that. Well, you can first start with your family and friends. You wanna make sure you have something good before you go out there and really start promoting it. So you really need some people that's honest, that's not just gonna tell you that they love everything you do. You want people who's also gonna tell you how you can be better if they know. Apart from that, let's just assume you have something that's ready to go. It's mixed. You got everything, your presentation and all that stuff's good, album artwork or download cards or whatever that you're doing. Some great places to go is go places where there's other musicians or artists that are similar to you. So for example, let's say you're a really conscious rapper, and let's say there's a really famous conscious rapper in your area, like a Talib Kweli, or let's say a Andre 3000 if he was performing, or if you're more funny, and silly, and let's say Lil Dicky's in your area, or if you're more of a gangster rapper and someone like, I don't know, Lil Wayne or Gucci Mane or something's in your area, go to those places because you already know that that's likely going to be your audience because they like their music, and if your music is similar to theirs as far as content, style, that type of stuff, then those are great places to start. You can go to the concerts, you can pass your music out, meet people, interact with them. Also interact with their fan bases on the internet, Twitter, Facebook. Look for the people who are actually talking about them and showing them love and support, and then you can start conversations with those people. And that's a good place to start. Marketing is all about targeting. Marketing is all about understanding where to get the most bang for your buck or your time. So you just don't want to go passing out your CD to every, house in your neighborhood per se, because everybody in your neighborhood probably doesn't listen to hip hop. You may be giving your mixtape to some senior citizen who may not even be able to hear it all. You know what I'm saying? And that's not your market, so you want to go where your market is. And so going to like a concert is a great way to really benefit from all the marketing that went into getting people at that venue. You can benefit from that by using, their marketing strategies for your marketing strategy. It's definitely a way you come up. And then apart from that, if, you're trying to target a younger audience, you can go to schools. You can go to festivals. You can go anywhere where there's a group of people gathering around. Go there, interact with people, share your stuff. That's a good place to start. And then apart from that, just online blogs, magazines, radio stations. Just looking up any place you can share your music where it makes sense. Don't be spammy. Be a real human being. Talk to people. Have real conversations. It's work, and it's where the real work actually begins. So, hopefully that was helpful. Flit said, I have to do Rap God by April 12th. Can you help me with more breathing techniques on Skype or something later? I'm going to go ahead and tell you something about Rap God. I would not be surprised if Eminem did some punch-ins on that song. I don't know for sure. I wasn't with him, but I would not be surprised if he did some punches in on the studio. So I haven't tried to learn Rap God myself, so I can't say for sure, like, if I could do it without taking any additional breaks than what he has in the recording, but that could be something you're up against. I don't know. But anyways, Flitz, I do offer one-on-one coaching. You can check that out on my website. I have a banner on my website, or you can just go to ColeMizeStudios.com //coaching. And if you need some one-on-one coaching, I'd be more than happy to help you out. A-Game, what are your thoughts on the new artist J. Cole signed to his label? I hadn't even checked into that, so I really don't have any thoughts on the A-Game. See here. So gain some. Gain some. What's happening? Let me see. I think there's another question up here. My name speaks. My name is Speaks asks, what space do you go in when you write more, or where do you write, the studio or the car? Okay, I got you. Yeah, I think it's important to write in places that inspire you. It's amazing how much changing your environment can really inspire you. So, like, me personally, like, I went to Atlanta this past Sunday on a meeting. I had a meeting in Atlanta near the airport, and just went out with a friend to a really nice restaurant, and I just got so inspired by that. I was in a new location I'd never been before, new people I've never seen, eating great food, and I remember just, I felt so inspired there. Like, I wanted to come back home and just get to work, man. Like, it's so changing your environment is really good. So there's no like set place that I would say that I like to record per se. It really is a matter of, sometimes it's a matter of inspiration. Not always. Sometimes you got to push through even when you're not inspired to write. You got to push through and just get busy doing it. But, some places I enjoy writing. I enjoy writing right here in my studio. I kind of create an environment. Like, you can't see it now, y'all, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights on me right now. All right. But usually when I'm working, I cut all these lights off. I have candles. You know what I'm saying? I light some candles. You know what I'm saying? I have a light up here. You can't see it, but it's a LED light. I can change the color of it. I can also make it blink to music. I can make it fade in and out. And I do all these different things because it's all about the environment. And so, that really relaxes me and puts me in a chill mood. And so that helps me with writing, or just anything I wanted to do creatively, or sometimes going outside and being around nature. If you have that around you, if you're not living in a concrete jungle, nature inspires me personally, and just going places I don't normally work at. So like maybe going to a coffee shop, going to a library, or going to a park. going to these places is great, especially if you're just doing songwriting, man. All you need is your phone, some headphones, piece of paper, and a pen, and you're straight. And you can go anywhere that you can to get inspired. So I don't really have a place, but I've written in my car, written in studios, I've written outside, anywhere, places, different, just all over the place. I don't know. But to me personally, it's like when I go different places, it just kind of charges me up. I think it's kind of a hack. If you're kind of feeling crappy or uninspired, go someplace you normally wouldn't go and see if that helps. All right, so I'm gonna answer one more question, and we'll get it going here. A Game says, how can you find your audience if your niche if you write on different topics? Your niche is likely people that are like you, and you don't have to stay in a box as an artist. You know, you can talk about whatever you want. That can be your niche. You know, as you could be someone who's somewhat all over the place. And you know, apart from music, A Game, I would ask, I think I have talked to you about this, A Game, and some of our coaching we did together. Ask yourself, what other interests do you have? Like, for example, video games. If you're interested in video games, then that could be something that you could plug into, because that's a community or a sub-community or culture that you're already plugged into or already familiar with. You already speak somewhat the same language. You already have similar interests. You know, or if you're someone who's really into cooking or paranormal conspiracy theories or politics or whatever, and you know, the environment, economics, entrepreneurship, or whatever it is, you can plug into those different communities, and you can also create music that would appeal to those people. Keep in mind, it doesn't even necessarily have to be about that culture. It could be something that like, for example, let's say someone in the video game community, right? If you wrote a song that was talking about, let's say, technology, then people who are into video games would likely be interested in technology. So if you made songs about, the incorporated stuff about technology, or let's say hacking, which is something you never hear people rapping about, is hacking. And I guarantee you that would appeal to a certain group of people. Like, wow, there's a song that's talking about hacking, But that's a big topic, A Game. I really can't do it justice just, answering it here on the live stream. But my best advice to you, man, is be yourself unapologetically. And you'll be surprised at how your audience, as you work hard and you do everything you're supposed to be doing to make sure you're getting out there and you're easily discovered, then people will find you, and people will connect with you. And it's no different from what I've done on my channel, So I'm someone who loves rap, who's passionate about rapping. I started creating content around that, and of course, people who's interested in the same, they link up with me. But apart from that, we also have a lot of different other things that are in common. It's just that's the thing that connects us initially. It just makes that connection. But apart from that, we're all human beings that have many different interests. And so you can always have multiple interests, and you can talk about multiple things. And if anything, I think that's a good thing, because that gives you more of a reach, in my opinion, instead of you just being one-dimensional. If you only talk about one thing, then that's just that one connection. But if you talk about multiple things, you have multiple ways to get people to connect with you, which I just think is good. So, anyways, hope that was helpful. But just every chance you get, man, just search online about internet marketing, and there's a lot that goes into it. And I was speaking earlier about it. Oh, MCP Zed. We recently had we changed our time here recently. We sprung forward for April, so we actually lost an hour. So you're coming on, yeah, late for us. Yeah, because we started actually an hour earlier than we normally did. So you came on when you normally would, but we had been on for an hour already. That's why it was thrown off. And I think y'all don't spring forward or your daylight savings or whatever. It doesn't happen until like another few months in the UK. And Gainsome said, I say talk about yourself, bro. If you don't think you're that interesting, talk about how boring you are and tired of living routinely. That's great advice, man. That's really good advice. But yeah, y'all. But everybody, that's going to conclude this hangout for this evening. Had a great time as usual. I'm going to keep on my end continue recording on this song as often as possible. So thank y'all so much for y'all's feedback on what I have recorded so far. And we're going to keep it moving. I'm going to keep everything y'all said in mind about the first hook. And we're going to be straight. We're going to be all right. Sorry about that, MC PZ. Yeah, I don't know, man. Daylight savings time just confuses everything, man. Why can't we all just be on the same page? you know. But yeah, but thank y'all so much, everybody. We're gonna go ahead and get on out of here. But I appreciate y'all stopping by. Like I always say, y'all could be anywhere, but y'all chose to just come out and hang out here. So I think that's really awesome. So anyways, we'll conclude next week, same time, same place. And we're going to keep it going. And if this is your first time being here, then I believe you can get my ebook over there. Watch more videos in this playlist about the songwriting and all that good stuff. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. So this is ColeMize, and I'm signing off. And remember, when it comes to rapping, there's no rules. There's only techniques. Peace.